One of the most powerful qualities a mature woman can possess is the ability to recognize her own worth. This may sound simple, but in a world that constantly encourages people to seek approval from others, knowing your value is a rare and remarkable strength. A mature woman understands that her worth is not determined by how many people admire her, how much attention she receives, or whether everyone agrees with her choices. She knows that true confidence comes from within, and because of that, she carries herself differently. Many people spend years chasing validation. They look for acceptance in relationships, friendships, workplaces, and even on social media. They measure their value based on how others respond to them. The problem with this approach is that it places personal happiness in the hands of other people. When approval comes, they feel good. When it disappears, their confidence disappears with it. A mature woman refuses to live this way. She understands that if her self-worth depends on someone else's opinion, then she will never truly be free. Knowing her worth does not mean she believes she is better than anyone else. It does not mean she is arrogant or selfish. In fact, true self-respect often makes a person more humble. She does not need to prove her value because she already understands it. She does not compete for attention because she is secure in who she is. She does not waste energy trying to impress people who fail to appreciate her. Instead, she focuses on living according to her values and principles. Because she respects herself, she sets healthy boundaries. She understands that not everyone deserves unlimited access to her time, energy, and emotions. She knows that saying yes to everything often means saying no to herself. As a result, she is not afraid to say no when necessary. She does not allow guilt, pressure, or fear of rejection to force her into situations that compromise her well-being. This ability to establish boundaries is not a sign of weakness or coldness. It is a sign of wisdom and maturity. A mature woman also understands that respect begins with the way she treats herself. If she constantly tolerates disrespect, neglect, or manipulation, she teaches others that such behavior is acceptable. But when she values herself, she naturally expects others to treat her with dignity. She does not beg people to appreciate her. She does not chase those who repeatedly overlook her worth. She realizes that the right people will recognize her value without being convinced. There is a quiet confidence that comes from self-respect. It can be seen in the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, and the decisions she makes. She does not need to be the loudest person in the room to command attention. Her confidence is calm, steady, and genuine. People are naturally drawn to her because authenticity is rare and powerful. Life will always present challenges, disappointments, and moments of doubt. Even the strongest individuals face criticism and rejection. But a mature woman does not allow these experiences to define her. She learns from them, grows through them, and continues moving forward. Her sense of worth remains intact because it is rooted in something deeper than external approval. When a woman truly knows her worth, she becomes difficult to manipulate, impossible to diminish, and incredibly inspiring to those around her. She understands that her value is not something she must earn from others. It is something she already possesses. And that realization changes everything. One of the most attractive qualities a mature woman can possess is emotional strength. While physical beauty may capture someone's attention for a moment, emotional stability earns respect and creates lasting connections. In a world where people are often controlled by their feelings, reactions, and impulses, a woman who has learned to manage her emotions stands out in a remarkable way. Emotional strength does not mean a mature woman never feels sadness, anger, disappointment, or frustration. She experiences all the same emotions as everyone else. The difference is that she does not allow those emotions to control her decisions. She understands that feelings are temporary, but the consequences of her actions can last much longer. Because of this, she chooses to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Many conflicts in life are not caused by circumstances themselves, but by how people respond to them. A harsh comment, a disagreement, or an unexpected setback can trigger an emotional reaction. Some people immediately lash out, say things they regret, or make decisions based on temporary feelings. A mature woman understands the importance of pause. She takes time to think before she speaks. She allows herself to process emotions rather than letting emotions dictate her behavior. This ability gives her a sense of control and wisdom that others naturally admire. One of the greatest signs of emotional strength is remaining calm during difficult situations. When challenges arise, she does not panic or immediately assume the worst. She understands that every problem has a solution and that emotional chaos rarely improves a situation. Her calm presence often becomes a source of comfort for those around her. Friends, family members, and colleagues trust her because they know she can handle pressure without falling apart. A mature woman also understands that not every battle is worth fighting. She does not waste her energy arguing with people who are determined to misunderstand her. She does not feel the need to respond to every criticism or defend herself against every negative opinion. Instead, she chooses her battles wisely. She knows that protecting her peace is often more valuable than winning an argument. Another important aspect of emotional strength is resilience. Life is not always fair. There will be disappointments, failures, heartbreaks, and unexpected losses. A mature woman does not avoid pain because she knows that pain is a part of growth. Instead of allowing setbacks to define her, she learns from them. She may bend under pressure, but she does not break. Every challenge teaches her something valuable, making her stronger and wiser than before. Emotional strength also allows her to communicate effectively. Rather than expressing herself through anger or blame, she speaks honestly and respectfully. She listens carefully before making assumptions. She seeks understanding instead of conflict. This creates healthier relationships because people feel heard, respected, and valued in her presence. Perhaps the most powerful aspect of emotional maturity is self-awareness. A mature woman understands her strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns. She takes responsibility for her actions instead of blaming others for everything that goes wrong. She is willing to admit mistakes, learn from them, and grow. This level of accountability is rare and deeply admirable. People are naturally drawn to emotional stability because it creates a sense of safety. When someone knows that a woman can handle challenges with grace, communicate with wisdom, and remain grounded during difficult times, trust begins to grow. Trust is one of the foundations of every meaningful relationship, and emotional strength helps build it. At the end of the day, emotional strength is not about suppressing feelings. It is about mastering them. It is the ability to remain steady when life becomes uncertain, to choose wisdom over impulse, and to maintain dignity even during difficult moments. A mature woman who develops this habit becomes not only respected but truly unforgettable because her strength shines from within and influences everyone around her. One of the defining habits of a mature woman is her commitment to growth. She understands that life is not about reaching a final destination where there is nothing left to learn. Instead, she sees every experience, every challenge, and every season of life as an opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and better than she was before. This mindset makes her incredibly attractive because growth creates confidence, purpose, and a sense of direction that others naturally admire. A mature woman does not believe that age alone creates wisdom. She knows that wisdom comes from learning, reflecting, and being willing to improve. While many people become comfortable with their current habits and resist change, she remains open to new ideas and new perspectives. She understands that growth requires humility. It requires the willingness to admit that there is always something new to learn and another level to reach. One of the reasons continuous growth is so powerful is because it keeps a person from becoming stagnant. Life is constantly changing, relationships change, careers change, circumstances change, and people change. A mature woman recognizes that if she refuses to grow, she will eventually struggle to adapt. Instead of fearing change, she embraces it. She views challenges not as obstacles designed to stop her, but as opportunities designed to strengthen her. Growth also changes the way she views mistakes. Many people are afraid of failure because they see it as proof that they are not good enough. A mature woman sees failure differently. She understands that every successful person has experienced setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. Rather than allowing mistakes to define her, she allows them to teach her. She asks herself what she can learn from each experience and how she can use that lesson to improve. This attitude transforms failure from an enemy into a valuable teacher. Another important aspect of growth is self-awareness. A mature woman regularly examines her thoughts, habits, and behaviors. She is honest with herself about areas that need improvement. She does not spend all her time pointing out the flaws of others while ignoring her own weaknesses. Instead, she focuses on becoming the best version of herself. This level of self-reflection allows her to grow emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. A woman who is committed to growth also invests in herself. She reads books, learns new skills, seeks knowledge, and surrounds herself with people who inspire her. She understands that personal development is not something that happens by accident. It requires effort, discipline, and consistency. Every day she makes small choices that move her forward rather than keeping her stuck in the same place. One of the most attractive things about a growth-oriented woman is her confidence. This confidence is different from arrogance. It is not based on thinking she is better than others. It comes from knowing that she can learn, adapt, and overcome challenges. She trusts herself because she has proven to herself that she is capable of growth. When difficulties arise, she does not immediately feel defeated because she believes in her ability to figure things out and keep moving forward. Continuous growth also brings a sense of purpose. A mature woman is not simply existing and waiting for life to happen to her. She is actively shaping her future. She sets goals, creates plans, and works toward meaningful achievements. Her life has direction because she understands where she wants to go and who she wants to become. This sense of purpose creates energy and enthusiasm that people find inspiring. Perhaps the greatest benefit of growth is that it helps a woman become more resilient. Every lesson learned, every challenge overcome, and every new skill developed adds another layer of strength to her character. She becomes more capable, more confident, and more prepared for whatever life may bring. Instead of being intimidated by the unknown, she faces it with courage because she knows she has grown through difficulties before and can do it again. At the end of the day, a mature woman understands that growth is a lifelong journey. She never assumes she has learned everything or achieved everything she is capable of achieving. She continues to evolve, improve, and challenge herself because she knows that the best version of herself is always being built. This commitment to growth makes her not only successful and confident, but truly irresistible, because there is something deeply inspiring about a person who never stops becoming better than they were yesterday. One of the most powerful qualities that makes a mature woman truly irresistible is authenticity. In a world where many people feel pressured to fit in, impress others, or live according to expectations they never chose for themselves, an authentic woman stands out. She is not trying to become someone else. She is not wearing a mask to gain approval. She is comfortable with who she is, and that confidence creates a presence that people naturally admire and respect. Authenticity begins with self-acceptance. A mature woman understands that nobody is perfect. She knows she has strengths, and she knows she has weaknesses. Instead of hiding her flaws or pretending they do not exist, she accepts them as part of her journey. This does not mean she stops growing or improving herself. It simply means she no longer wastes her energy trying to create a false image. She understands that real confidence comes from accepting herself while continuing to evolve into a better person. Many people spend years chasing acceptance from others. They change their personalities depending on who they are around. They say what others want to hear instead of what they truly believe. They suppress their opinions, hide their dreams, and ignore their values because they fear rejection. A mature woman chooses a different path. She understands that pretending to be someone she is not may gain temporary approval, but it will never bring genuine fulfillment. She would rather be respected for who she truly is than admired for a version of herself that does not exist. Authenticity also means living according to personal values. A mature woman has principles that guide her decisions. She does not abandon those principles when it becomes convenient or when she feels pressure from others. She understands that integrity is built through consistency. People trust her because her words and actions align. She is the same person in public that she is in private. She does not need to constantly prove herself because her character speaks for itself. One of the most attractive aspects of authenticity is honesty. A mature woman communicates openly and sincerely. She does not manipulate people with false promises or hidden motives. She says what she means and means what she says. Even when conversations are difficult, she chooses honesty over deception. This creates trust, and trust is one of the most valuable foundations of any meaningful relationship. Being authentic also requires courage. It takes courage to stand out when everyone else is trying to fit in. It takes courage to express your thoughts when they may not be popular. It takes courage to remain true to your values when others encourage you to compromise them. A mature woman understands that authenticity may not win everyone's approval, but she also knows that living a lie comes at a much greater cost. She chooses courage over comfort because she values truth more than acceptance. Another beautiful aspect of authenticity is that it creates deeper connections with others. People are naturally drawn to those who are genuine. When someone is authentic, others feel comfortable being authentic too. Conversations become more meaningful, relationships become stronger, and trust develops more naturally. Instead of building connections based on appearances or expectations, a mature woman builds them on honesty and mutual respect. Authenticity also frees a woman from constant comparison. When she accepts who she is, she no longer feels the need to compete with everyone around her. She celebrates the success of others without feeling threatened by it. She understands that her value does not decrease simply because someone else is talented, successful, or admired. She focuses on her own journey rather than measuring herself against the progress of others. A mature woman knows that not everyone will understand her, agree with her, or appreciate her, but she does not allow that reality to change who she is. She understands that her responsibility is not to please everyone. Her responsibility is to remain true to herself and live according to her values. This inner security gives her a quiet confidence that cannot be shaken by outside opinions. At the end of the day, authenticity is attractive because it is rare. In a world filled with filters, performances, and carefully crafted images, genuine people are unforgettable. A mature woman who embraces her true self, speaks honestly, lives with integrity, and refuses to pretend for the sake of approval possesses a kind of beauty that goes far beyond appearance. Her authenticity becomes her strength, her confidence becomes her magnetism, and her character becomes the reason people remember her long after they have met her. One of the most irresistible qualities a mature woman can possess is a strong sense of purpose. While many people spend their lives drifting from one situation to another, waiting for motivation or direction to appear, a mature woman understands the importance of living intentionally. She knows where she is going, what matters to her, and why she wakes up each morning with determination. This sense of purpose gives her life meaning, and it creates a confidence that cannot be easily shaken. Purpose is not necessarily about having a perfect career, achieving fame, or accomplishing something extraordinary in the eyes of the world. Purpose is much deeper than that. It is about having a reason for what you do. It is about knowing what values guide your decisions and what goals inspire your actions. A mature woman understands that a meaningful life is built on purpose, not on popularity or external approval. One of the reasons purpose is so attractive is because it creates direction. People who lack purpose often feel lost. They move through life reacting to circumstances rather than actively shaping their future. A mature woman chooses a different path. She sets goals, makes plans, and takes responsibility for her growth. She does not wait for opportunities to come to her. She works to create them. This proactive mindset gives her a sense of control and confidence that others naturally admire. Purpose also gives a woman strength during difficult times. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. Without a clear reason to keep moving forward, it is easy to become discouraged and give up. However, when a woman has a strong sense of purpose, she can endure hardships with greater resilience. She understands that temporary struggles do not define her future. Her vision is bigger than her current circumstances, and that vision helps her remain focused even when the journey becomes difficult. A mature woman with purpose is not dependent on others to create happiness in her life. She values relationships, but she does not expect another person to become the source of her identity. She understands that healthy relationships are built when two complete individuals come together, not when one person depends entirely on the other for fulfillment. Because she has her own goals, passions, and ambitions, she brings strength and inspiration into her relationships rather than pressure and unrealistic expectations. Purpose also influences how a mature woman spends her time. She understands that time is one of the most valuable resources she has. Instead of wasting her energy on endless drama, negativity, or distractions, she focuses on activities that align with her values and goals. She invests in learning, growing, serving others, and building a future she can be proud of. This discipline separates her from those who allow life to pass by without intention. Another remarkable aspect of purpose is the confidence it creates. A woman who knows what she wants and what she stands for does not need constant reassurance from others. She is less likely to be influenced by trends, opinions, or temporary pressures because her decisions are guided by a deeper sense of direction. This confidence is not loud or arrogant. It is calm, steady, and genuine. It comes from knowing that her life has meaning beyond the approval of other people. Purpose also makes a woman inspiring. People are naturally drawn to individuals who are passionate about something greater than themselves. When a woman pursues meaningful goals with determination and dedication, she becomes a source of motivation for those around her. Her enthusiasm encourages others to dream bigger, work harder, and believe in their own potential. She leaves a positive impact because her life demonstrates what is possible when purpose and commitment come together. A mature woman understands that purpose is not something she finds once and never thinks about again. It is something she continually develops and strengthens throughout her life. As she grows, her understanding of herself deepens and her goals may evolve. Yet her commitment to living intentionally remains the same. She continues to seek meaning, pursue growth, and contribute something valuable to the world around her. At the end of the day, beauty may attract attention and talent may earn admiration, but purpose creates lasting influence. A mature woman who lives with intention, pursues meaningful goals, and remains committed to her values possesses a unique kind of magnetism. She is not simply moving through life, she is building a life that matters. That sense of purpose gives her confidence, resilience, and direction, making her not only attractive but truly unforgettable.